We have a lot of people that are doing things that they should not be able to do.
I suffer from social anxiety.
When I came to, I was paralyzed from the neck down and told I'd never walk again.
Suicide attempts, they failed, so like I have no choice but to keep going.
Wow.
How many real opportunities in life do you get?
I want to be in this choir pretty bad and contribute to something bigger than myself.
Without further ado, the Voices of Fire.
Please welcome to the newest members of the Voices of Fire Choir, Danley Cuenca and Alana Lapatina. Thank you both for joining us. Okay, Danley, so the goal of this is to, I guess, break tradition and create this multicultural choir. But at the end of the day, it's whether or not your voice is one that is a voice of fire. What is the pressure like in that church?
Well, for me, the pressure was on all the time, especially because I didn't know a lot about gospel music, you know? And so I just had to keep my eyes and my ears open at all times to just keep learning, you know, about what's going on in the environment during rehearsals and, you know, what people talk about. So,
Alana, you stunned the church leaders, but to the point of the show, it is about heart and what you've overcome to get there. It wasn't easy.
It was not easy, I would say, most of the time. It was a challenge for me to learn the music in such a short period of time as well, because I cannot hear like a normal person. So I had to overcome that challenge before the debut concert. And I've had 5 reconstructive surgeries along with just having struggle hearing. And so I've struggled accepting my appearance and just trying to work twice as hard as others. But I would say with the choir, it taught me to love myself, and I get to share that with others.
Danley, we have your audition as well. Let's play it.
At last, my love has come along, and life is like a song.
Woo!
Sorry.
This is about to be the most awesome choir ever.
What is it like to have Pharrell say that to you?
oh, I mean, it's such an incredible feeling, especially, you know, knowing that he's known around the world, and for somebody who's known around the world in the music industry, you know, in all industries, you know, he's such a good human being. It's incredible for me to hear that he says, you know, that was awesome.
And please welcome Bishop Ezekiel Williams and voice coach Peggy Britt. Bishop, I got to tell you, when I watch this, I think of the gospel song Amazing Grace, because so many of these young people who are auditioning have just struggled, and they are trying to, as we keep saying, find their voice, but they're trying to find themselves in a very complicated world. You have to be so proud of this show.
Absolutely, absolutely. I am just over the top with the show and how everything turned out. We were able to accomplish, I think, all that we set out to accomplish.
Did Pharrell bring the idea to you, or did you go to your nephew and say, listen, I have an idea here?
Well, it was a collective effort. The show was not my idea, but the forming of the choir and the bringing together of the different ethnicities and races to be a part of a choir that would touch the world was my idea. And he talked with me, and he said, you know what, we need to pitch this to a network. And from there, you know, he's the kind of individual that does not believe that he has to accept no for an answer. And so he kept right on pushing until this thing worked out for us.
Peggy, they came up with the idea, but listen, we have to lean with you to train some kids who've never even heard gospel music. I mean, you've got your work put out for you, teaching them the joy of gospel, the importance of it? What was that like, especially learning a lot of the kids were not familiar with gospel music?
Man, what an opportunity this was for me, and I'll never stop thanking Bishop Ezekiel for including me in this process. But when you have singers, as Pharrell has called them, who are already unicorns, the challenge for me was to take you from 10 to 20, and it's a glorious, quite daunting task, and I loved every moment of it.
Can you teach anyone to sing gospel?
Somebody came to me one time and they said, Peggy, I want to get in the choir, but I can't sing. I said, well, sweetie, I'm so sorry. I am not a magician. I'm a musician, so I can't.
Oh, I love that. You need to just put that on your calling card. Well, you know what? The show has a lot of heart. I can't wait to see what you come up with at the end, and I think they will be an inspiration for so many people trying to find their voice. Bishop, congratulations. Peggy, thank you for being a musician and not a magician. You found your calling there. Thank you so much. And you know what? We could not say goodbye to the Voices of Fire without sharing a little of their talent with you. Dan Lee and Alana, along with some of the Voices of Fire choir, performing Angels We Have Heard on High.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly swinging o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains.
Voices of Fire streaming on Netflix. And now that we're in the holiday spirit, tune in next week for a week of Christmas giveaways galore. Every single day, we are surprising some of the deserving viewers watching from home. And as we like to say, leading up to it, you've just been holidayed.